And we are live on YouTube also. So as I said, we will have this available to everyone. After this is over, I will post all the links in the chat. Just again, wanted to welcome everyone. We have all our participants online. We have myself, Yuri Fried, I'm with Trusted IT, EVP of Marketing and Sales, and we also have Eric Alley with us. He's our in charge of our managed services and many projects. Comes with a great experience of managing large projects. And last but not least, of course, Alex Rodov is our managing partner and SME when it comes to anything and everything. Project management tools. And so again, sorry about that. I was trying to integrate. As always, integration is tricky because as I said, we're live on Zoom and also YouTube at the same time. So thank you for joining us. We're actually real excited to bring you one of our latest and greatest project portfolio management tools. It's our PPM Express, which is a really a robust tool. As I said, it's extremely intuitive, so it's very easy to sort of get on board and get started with it, but certainly featureful. So, and we will get into this not only today, but today is going to be a general overview of the tool and all the components of it, but there's quite a bit to talk about. So we're going to try to have a series of bi-weekly webinars. We're certainly going to try to stick to that schedule. And so we'll be able to dive much deeper, you know, that we could talk about project portfolio management, project resource planning, you know, ideation. So, you know, PPM reports and dashboards. There are hundreds of reports that are available with this tool. And of course, integration with almost anything out there, from Azure DevOps to Teams, Project Online, Jira, and even Monday.com, which is coming next month. There's a number of resources. There's some case studies that I will leave the links to in chat that you can browse at your leisure and see how this was deployed successfully to all these companies. It's a very proven solution. And again, we're really excited to bring this to you. So before I hand it over to Alex for a hands-on demo, I would like to launch a very quick anonymous poll. Again, this is totally anonymous, just helps us to really understand our audience and be able to cater the future content better to your needs. So I just launched the poll, and please go ahead and take your time and like I said, it's anonymous just for us to get a general sense of what's being used out there. We'll give it, of course, if you don't know if it's multiple tools, you can pick the one, I guess, that's most used. It looks like we have the results. We're going to end the poll and we're going to share the results with you. So looks like MS Project, 2 Microsoft products are tied. Excel, that's kind of expected. Most of the companies out there on Excel. And I guess maybe I shouldn't have singled out Monday.com. That was Alex's idea. I said, let's bunch it up with other. As you could tell, see, there's not a lot of Monday.coms out there. All right, thank you for the information. And here's Alex.
Thanks, Jared. By the way, I have nothing against Monday.com. I do think it's a pretty cool tool out there. So, you know, we just want to make sure that you know, it drives the progress and gets the value for everybody. So that's what we're focusing here. So today we're really focusing on the PPM Express, which is the I believe this is something that will be on the radar for many, if not most, of the organizations and enterprise PMO organizations and things like that. So we're very excited to kind of work with PPM Express, and very closely now engaged in really pushing this in the community, working with customers, getting this solution into their hands. And today I'm going to go through the quick overview of major features and probably major advantages and major objectives that this tool is going to be able to solve. So, am I sharing my screen? I'm not sharing my screen, right? I'm not sharing my screen. Can you confirm that I'm sharing the screen? Do you see my screen?
Yes, confirm. Sorry, I was in mute.
All right. Yeah, the tool is basically a consolidation of most of your sources that are feeding the PMO. And PMO is feeding from reports, feeding from Excel files, feeding from Microsoft project schedules. It's feeding from Jira, feeding from my Azure DevOps, and list goes on and on and on and on. And what this solution does extremely well is to be able to consolidate all this information in an automated way. You don't really need to deal with all kinds of spreadsheets and different information to put this all together. Then create Excel on steroids with complex pivot tables, VLOOKUPs, and stuff like that. This is something that this tool is designed for to do, and it's tailored for PMO to be that dashboard where you can drive the PMO, drive the execution, drive the planning, drive the portfolio optimization, on and on and on. I'm just going to give a quick sneak peek into what you're looking at. And what you're looking at is basically essentially a dashboard. And this dashboard can be really configured and towards your specific user or towards your specific role in the organizations. Maybe you would like to kind of see that kind of traffic light, red, yellow, green indication of the portfolio, or you would want to see your favorite projects, or you want to see your active projects, or projects that are completed, or custom fields, so custom views. So this is basically you can really adjust this homepage here. Also, you can enable turn on or turn off certain areas and make it really simple. So if you see if I add or remove some of these menu items, they are showing up and they're disappearing as I click on them, right? Click, and I will keep adding more and more, and I can just have all of them here. And there's also a great deal of all sorts of intelligence that is baked into here, and you can see some of these warnings that are coming up. These warnings are based on our experience in working with hundreds of customers, thousands of users, where we work with a number of different organizations, large and small, and we've collected all this information to come up with the known rules and warnings that would be part of this solution now. Whereas, for example, if you would have too much of the overdue tasks within some of these projects, you will get a warning likely like this. Or if there's a schedule issue, you will get an automated kind of adjustment of that status and the warning too. You may want to turn on or turn off that automation to have better subjective control over those KPIs, or new concept of key objectives. You can switch either or. But essentially, this is a dashboard, and we will dive into one of these projects to kind of show you a little bit more of the what's inside the project. But I'm just going to the dashboard here, and within this one dashboard, we can quickly see what's going on with the project. You can quickly see some of these alerts. You can even highlight some of these alerts and say, you know what, these items are really critical, so I can kind of keep an eye on that. Or maybe some of them I actually should go away and I can just remove them from the list. And alerts things like task validate is late. These tasks are late. My milestone is late. So you can see how we can proactively kind of push this to our dashboard. It's not even the report. We will have a separate time to kind of open some of these reports, but this is not even the reports. This is the active application features that are helping PMO managers, project managers, portfolio managers to be able to really get to understand what is going on inside. And some of these tasks, as a matter of fact, some of these tasks may actually come from different sources. But we'll talk about that too. And sources could be Project Online, for example. The sources could be Jira. The sources could be ServiceNow, even Monday.com that we didn't have anyone check the box for. So, and I'm just going to slide through and kind of show you, the depth of the activities here, the depth of the warnings and depth of the information that you can display very quickly without even leaving this PPM Insights page. It's all in one page here for now. But as you can see on the left side, there are different, usual suspects of any PPM solution. And here we have portfolios, we have programs, projects, roadmaps, and resources. All of these are, and I'm going to go through each of them and do a quick summary about, but each of those modules are very tight with each other. So there's a hierarchy of projects that are comprised into programs, and programs and projects are comprised into the portfolios. Roadmaps are available there to be pulling information from these projects, as well as arbitrarily just putting some of the key golden posts on the roadmap. We'll take a look at that too. Largely, there is resource management that is very much baked into the application, allowing you to very quickly, easily, at a high level at which resource management should be done, but yet pretty detailed if you really want to be able to tie those capacity plans, those capacity for those projects to be part of the overall resource management equation, right? And we're going to look at this from the project perspective, as well as we're going to look at this from the resource management perspective, and as well as from the individual resource perspective, right? We're going to have all kinds of serious different webinars focusing on specific areas as far as portfolio management, program management, resource management, roadmaps. I think we're going to have a separate one. The strategic alignment and OKRs and company objectives and challenges. Again, this is all related to business strategy and portfolio optimization. We're going to have separate sessions about that. But if I quickly get into the portfolios, I can get into my overall buckets of different portfolios. And in my organization, this could be like IT portfolio, right? Where all the technical projects are. I may have some M&A type of portfolios, right? Where I'm experimenting and doing the research on something. I may have some, projects that are related to HR or finance or things like that. It depends on how you want to slice and dice your organization. And there is a huge component which is behind the scenes here, the ability to create additional metadata, additional fields, custom fields, related to the portfolios and programs and projects. That would allow us to create variety of different combinations of these business units or departments, portfolios, custom portfolios, and so on and so forth. If I just open one of these portfolios, you can see an example of, I have 3 projects part of this portfolio, and this program is part of this portfolio, which happens to have this project also here. But I am showing you the example. Let me just open another one so it's more clear cut here. An example of how I can look into my portfolio as well as those individual projects right away without leaving, without going too far or clicking too far away from my homepage here. And every single view here would have something like a Gantt chart view. You can look at this from the list perspective, gonna add in more columns here, so more like a tabular view of this. Or if you like to have more like a tiles view, you can always come and see this as a tile view. So it depends on whether you have a conversation or meeting or Teams meeting. You can showing some of the information to somebody about the project, even the status of the project or status of your program. You can use some of these views to actually quickly get to the right information. And you can see that every project has a separate life, right? And with a separate face, so you can like put a different logos here and kind of brand your project, making it a little bit more tailored to your organization or to your project. And if you like this to change this picture to something else, you can also do that. This little things I think would it makes it really effective. So again, back to portfolios. This was just a list of portfolios, right? And we're gonna go through also some of these options here with reports also. But if I quickly go back to portfolios, quickly enter and click on this portfolio, I can have a quick overview of what this portfolio is all about. I can see how many projects I have in here, like in progress projects 3. I have like 3 key dates are late. I can have the portfolio timeline, a special portfolio specific status indicators with respective warnings and stuff like that. That's the program kind of details. If I look at the portfolio details, now I'm clicking on the portfolio. I'm going to we're going to programs now. So I have one program here with these 2 projects. I see their timelines here. I can quickly, change the quarters, month. It depends on how large it is, or multiple years, or within 1 year, things like that. If I click on this program, I also have a program-specific information. And again, some programs are larger than others. I may have a very simple way to manage this program. If I can configure the section, it can add more things to it. It can add action items, budgets, key decisions, risks, strategic alignment, and things like that. So I'm having more menus here to work with. I can now, add more attributes, more information based on this program. So enough of the programs and portfolios. If you look at the list of projects, this is usually the focus of any one PMO. Talking about projects, talking about initiatives. You have different names. Some people call it initiatives. Some people call it projects. Whatever you prefer. Here in this case, we're still calling it projects. Again, we can also look at this from the just a list perspective. We can look at this from the portfolio perspective. But this is where we see all the projects in one place. Also, being able to filter these projects and show only my projects, favorite projects, and things like that. You can also start noticing this last column here is kind of last column to see, but it is very important in light of ability to integrate with tools. And this list is just the beginning. The amount of tools we're integrating with is I would say is crazy. I mean, I will use this word. It is crazy. We are linking to Planner. We're linking to Microsoft Project Online. We're linking to Jira. We're linking to Azure DevOps. Let me show you something here. So this particular project here has its own attributes, has its own details, has its own set of different KPIs, right? And I can quickly fix this as, this is on track and update the status. By the way, if I do that, it keeps track of every time I'm changing the status from critical to on track. It sets the record saying that, well, that's me. I'm Michael Burke here now. It tells me that, well, I did this May 18th, right? Today, it was critical and now it's on track. I think this history of updates of these statuses may be useful for some. Again, very much configurable. You may not want to do this, but it is out there for us to use. Yeah, you can look at the history here and see, when things have changed over time. Very, very comprehensive. A lot of features, rich in features, overwhelming amount of features. And to a degree, we do want to split this. I know Yuri would want to say that, Alex, do the summary, don't go too deep. But I'm just so in love with all of these features, I can't help myself. Anyway, so if this is a project, right, and I can show you, there's a lot of things here. You can see the schedule. You can see all kinds of kind of dates here. But most importantly, if I go to my schedule, here's my schedule. Here's my schedule. I have my regular PPM Express tasks, and I can quickly create a new task. Let me just put a new task. It'll be a task, Alex, here. Put in this new task here, and I can move this task around a little bit, and I can move the other tasks around. I can make this task number one, and things like that. I can add all kinds of hierarchy, can create dependencies. There's a reach features as far as managing and creating my set of tasks without having any other tools to be integrated. But we have the view tasks from Jira. If I click on that, I'm going to see the tasks that are in Jira, right? And there's a link to every single one of these tasks. If I click on one of these links, it will land me on that specific task within Jira here, and that's how easy it is to go back and forth between Jira in this case and overall PPM Express. Same thing about the Azure DevOps. So these are the tasks from Azure DevOps, and if I click on one of these tasks here, that was a create task, and there's a create task, right? I mean, I can have these tasks to be moved if the create is now actually complete, right? I can go back to my task. So this create is complete. It shouldn't be complete. If I refresh my page here, yeah, it's too soon. Soon takes a few minutes to do that. But if I refresh my page again, there you go. Now it's crossed out. It's completed. So it's every time we're connecting this to PPM Express, it's all connected. It's all automated. You don't have to do anything else. You just watch, those teams that are working in Jira, in Azure DevOps, and this list is actually pretty big. If I show you what kinds of integrations are out there out of the box, you can have things like linked to the file, links to Jira. We can link it to a planner, and as simple as if this is a planner, I'm going to link to the planner, connecting to my Office 365. There's already few projects in planner that have been taken already, but I can create a new one and then link it to my planner from here.
Alex, I'm sorry, quick time check. We have 5 minutes and still reports and timekeeping.
Right. Okay. So projects, right? We just looked at projects. If we look quickly at roadmaps, this is one of the roadmaps, and we can look at the roadmap and quickly add items here, either from actual projects or just have virtually have specific dates shown up, and we can quickly organize it in a way that it's presentable, shareable, and really looking. If I look at the resources and look at my resource pool, all these resources are participating in the projects. And if I actually go back to project for 1 second and look at my resource plan, this is one of the projects, look at my resource plan, and I'm starting allocating people to my projects. And I can do this in the form of the hours here, in this case, by simply saying this is going to be 43 hours here, 56 hours here, right? Or I can switch this to percent and say how much of allocation I'm going to allocate to here, or look at the FTE, right? Which is basically percentage, the same, almost the same as FTE, just conceptually different. But I'm going to say that maybe it's 1 FTE here, right? And if I switch back to hours, they will give me like exactly the amount of hours. Yeah, but this is how I allocate my resources. But guess what? If I do go back to the resources overall, I'll be able to see the picture of my resources in this planning and utilization feature, which is amazing. And where's my Mecklenburg here? There's Mecklenburg. So if I look at pick any one resource here, I can see those allocations that I just did. They came up here in my overall resource management. So I have one set of all the resources. As soon as I have more resources, more teams available to me to work on the projects, I have them all here, and I start assigning them, and I can clearly see who is working on what, who is under allocated, and I can run tremendous amount of different reports, which I'm going to switch in a second.
Alex, we have a quick question in chat. The question is, the information is synchronized with the different sources?
Yes, 100%. Yes. So everything that I mentioned in one of these projects, where when I'm linking, to any of these items, or as a matter of fact, there's open API, and we can then connect to all kinds of issues. And I know that you were mentioned that there is coming up integration with other solutions like ServiceNow, like others. Once the connection is done, it's basically all the time syncing real time, all the time.
Yeah. If I just make a quick correction, so the integration to almost everything exists today. It's out of the box is what's coming. So we can integrate today using API to everything out there.
Yeah, we have experience integrating with SAP, with files, with any database that is out there. It is some setup work to set up that feed, but the solution, the framework is already designed to have real-time integration with the tools that are out there, whether it's financial or something else. Okay, so if I would want to go to some of this report, and I'm going to go to the sample here, and the sample is basically suggesting that we have all these reports available as soon as you sign up for a trial. There's a free trial. You can just click and go through the very easy setup of the trial. You would get access to all these reports. You'll be able to have all these templates available for you. These are reports based on Power BI. You would need to, if you would like to share these reports within the company, you might need some, Power BI licenses. But if you're using it for your own PMO purpose, right, just for yourself, you don't really have to have a license if you're not sharing it. Microsoft is going to only charge you if you're really sharing these reports. But most of the companies have already Power BI licenses, so that doesn't sound like a big problem for anyone. But we do have quite a bit of different reports here, and I'm just really don't have too much time to go through all of them. I'm just gonna quickly. I have some of them loaded already. I just wanted to give you a quick sneak peek of those reports, but I think we're running out of time. You're right.
Yeah, and like I said, we will have deeper dives into everything because there's updates coming. On the resource management is getting a huge update. We'll have a separate session on that. We have separate sessions on reports, on integrations, and some of the other areas that we're not able to cover. But do take advantage of the free trial link. I posted it into chat. It's very easy to log in. Just use your Office or Google credentials and you write in. And there's a huge knowledge base right there on the left bottom, live chat support, and a quick wizard to get started. So feel free to use the link. This direct link is only available to the webinar attendees. So you go directly and log in using that link.
Do you have more questions?
No other questions. And I guess we're going to have to leave the timepiece, time tracking for later. Again, that's another subject. Just keep an eye on your emails. We're always going to invite you via email, via social media. Please join us, log in, and, do appreciate your attendance. Oh, I didn't realize my camera is off, actually. Appreciate you attending this session, taking your time out of the busy day. And that's why we're going to try to keep it to 30 minutes, because I know in the past we did it for an hour. It's hard to get people away for an hour. We're going to keep it concise. That's why we're going to chop it up in many different webinars that are focused about the subject matter and the sort of functionality that you're looking for. And all the links are in the chat with this webinar replay, case studies, and free trial. Thank you all again, and we'll have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.